Have you ever heard yourself saying to your child, son, we've been talking about it a long time, but I'm going to take you fishing. I know you want to go, and I know a good place to go, and I'm going to take you. I really am. Now, it can't be this weekend, see, because I'm going to be gone, and I'm not sure about next weekend, but you keep talking about it. You keep reminding me. We're going to do it, and we're going to build that wagon out in the backyard. We've been talking about that a long time, too. We'll get around to it. Just right now, see, I'm under quite a bit of pressure. Just wait till things kind of ease up a little, and we're going to do those things together. And the days flow into weeks, and the weeks flow into months, and the months flow into years, and the years flow into a lifetime, and our children are growing up right around our feet, and we don't even know them. And I see it as a tremendous barrier. And I see a lot of the adolescent rebellion growing out of the fact that children want us more than they want the junk that we buy them. Mac McQuiston told me yesterday of a study that a priest told him about last week, where American children were recently asked, if you had to give up your dad or give up the television set, which would you take? And 92% of the kids said, we'd rather have our dads. Folks, I went before the Lord a few years ago, and I asked him for a very special favor. I said, Lord, as long as I'm going to be speaking for you, because that's what brings me here, and as long as I'm going to be out there attempting to influence the family with the values that I believe in and that I believe you gave to me, I may as well have your message for the Christian family. Give me what you want said, and I will take the message. And in a very quiet way, not even, lightning and thunder and even an audible voice or anything of that nature. I'm not trying to make something mystical out of it, but God gave me what I'm going to say to you right now. This is what God wants me to say to the Christian family, and perhaps to the family at large. And that's why if you follow me around, you'll hear me say it everywhere I go, in every opportunity, and it's got something to do with these videotape machines here today to try to get the message out. The Lord gave me this message, that if America is going to make it, perhaps in the next decade, the timing he didn't give me, if America is going to survive, it will be because husbands and fathers begin to put their families at the highest level of priorities and reserve something of their time, effort, and energy for leadership within their own homes. There is no subject that I feel more strongly about than this one, because all over this country, little children are reaching for fathers who aren't there. I was speaking earlier today about Dr. Yuri Bronfenbrenner at Cornell University. They conducted a study there to determine the average amount of time that middle-class fathers spend with their small children each day. And so in order to test it, they developed a sample of families and actually went into the homes of those children and put microphones on the shirts of those children and first asked the fathers to estimate how much time they thought they spent with their small children each day, and they got an estimate of something like 40 minutes a day. And then to test that, they actually recorded the direct interactions between generations over a 10 or 12-day period, gathered the data, analyzed the results, and announced that the average amount of time middle-class fathers spend with their small children each day was 37.7 seconds. 37 seconds per day between father and small child. And what can you say to your children about the values you care about and the meaning of life and the God you love in 37 seconds a day? But hello and goodbye. And we'll have a good time then, son. We'll be together. We're going to do it. Put that statistic on one side. On the other side, put the well-known statistic that the average amount of time middle-class children spend watching television per day in the preschool years, or rather per week, is 54 hours. 37 seconds a day coming from fathers and 54 hours a week coming from television, and then tell me where the values are coming from. Who's doing the teaching? And where is that interaction? Folks, my dad was sick a while back, and I was sitting in the hospital waiting to find the results, and I picked up an American Girl magazine. You know, I must have been desperate for something to read to pick up an American Girl magazine. It was the only thing there, but the Lord laid that magazine in my hands. I am convinced of that. And I opened the first page, and there, jumping out at me, is a section called By You, which are letters to the editors, and a little girl, 14 years of age, had written a little piece called That's the Way Life Goes Sometimes. Listen to what she had to say. When I was 10, my parents got a divorce. Naturally, my father told me about it because he was my favorite. Notice that she did not say I was his favorite. Honey, I know it's been kind of bad for you these past few days, and I don't want to make it worse, but there's something I have to tell you. Honey, your mother and I got a divorce. But Daddy, well, I know you don't want this, but it has to be done. Now, your mother and I just don't get along like we used to. I'm already packed, and my plane is leaving in half an hour. But Daddy, why do you have to leave? Well, honey, your mother and I can't live together anymore. Well, I know that, but I meant, why do you have to leave town? Oh, well, I got someone waiting for me in New Jersey. But Daddy, will I ever see you again? Oh, sure you will, honey. We'll work something out. But what? I mean, you'll be living in New Jersey and I'll be living here in Washington. Well, maybe your mother will agree to your spending 2 weeks in the summer with me and 2 weeks in the winter. Why not more often? Well, I don't even think she'll agree to 2 weeks in the summer and 2 weeks in the winter, much less more. Well, it can't hurt to try. I know, honey, but we'll have to work it out later. Now, my plane leaves in 20 minutes, and I've got to get to the airport. Now, I'm going to go get my luggage, and I want you to go to your room so you don't have to watch me. And no long goodbyes either. Okay, Daddy, goodbye. Don't forget to write me. I won't. Now, goodbye. Now, go to your room. Okay, Daddy. Daddy, I don't want you to go. I know, honey, but I have to. Why? Well, you wouldn't understand. Yes, I would. No, you wouldn't. Oh, well, goodbye. Goodbye. Now go to your room and hurry up. Okay, well, I guess that's the way life goes sometimes. Yes, honey. That's the way life goes sometimes. After my father walked out that door, I never heard from him again.